what is elasticity of demand, what are types of elasticity, price elasticity of demand, total and average revenue and their relationship, elastic and inelastic demand, and limiting cases. So what is meaning of elasticity of demand? Elasticity as a measure of sensitivity of the demand to change in one factor influencing the demand. So in last lecture we have seen there are so many factors, internal factors and external factors, which get affect to the demand. Now if there is change in that one factor, then by what percent the demand will get changed is known as elasticity of demand. For example, if the price of another product get increases by some percent, then by what percent demand of our product will get affect is known as elasticity of demand. So measure the percentage change in the demand due to 1% change in one factor. For example, if there is 1% change in price, by what percent the demand will get affected? In this case, we are going to keep all other factors constant at a specific level. Now assume the factor as x. In this case, we are going to consider value of that factor as x and quantity demanded as q. Now, types of elasticity. There are two types of elasticity. First is point elasticity and second is arc elasticity. Now we have considered x as a factor and q as a quantity demanded. Now if there is change in x is less than 5%, then point elasticity will be used. And if change in that factor x is more than 5%, that is there is a substantial change in x, then that is known as a arc elasticity. So how point elasticity is calculated? So percentage delta q divided by percentage delta x. So delta q is change in demand divided by delta x is change in factor x. So the meaning of this is that if there is a change in demand, if there is a change in x, then by what percent change in quantity of demanded will get affect. So we can write it as delta q divided by q, that is change in q divided by total q into 100 divided by change in x, that is delta x, divided by total x into 100. So 100 will get cancelled. Now after simplifying this, you will get delta q divided by q divided by delta x divided by x. And when we will simplify it, you will get delta q divided by delta x into x by q. So delta q by q divided by delta x by x is known as fractional change in q and fractional change in x. So this is how point elasticity is calculated. Now arc elasticity. So it says E equals to Q2 minus Q1, that is change in Q divided by Q1 plus Q2 divided by 2, that is average quantity demanded, divided by change in X, that is X2 minus X1, divided by average value of X2, average value of X, that is X2 plus X1 divided by 2. So after simplifying this, you will get Q2 minus Q1 divided by X2 minus X1 into X2 plus X1 divided by Q2 plus Q1. So 2 get cancelled. Again, it is useful in predicting the effect of substantial change, that is delta x divided by x, that is change in x divided by total x is greater than 5%. So I hope you understand. Pause the video and check the mathematical expressions. Now, next is price elasticity of demand. In last slide, we have taken x as one factor which affects the quantity demanded. If there is a if X factor changes by some percent, by what percent your quantity will change. Now in this case, instead of taking X, we will take price as one factor. So if there is a change in price, by what percent or how the quantity demanded will get affected. So again, EP, that is price elasticity, equals to del Q by Q, that is del Q is change in Q divided by Q is total Q divided by del P, that is change in price divided by total price. And this means that if del P by P is fractional change in price and del Q by Q is fractional change in Q, it means if there is a fractional change in P, by what percent fractional change in Q happens. Okay, so we can simplify it as dQ by dP divided by Q by P. Now you know the equation of, you know the demand curve and you know the line equation of demand curve. So it is Q equals to alpha minus beta P. Now when we differentiate this Q, you will get, that is with respect to price, when you differentiate this demand with respect to price, it will be dQ by dP, which is equal to minus beta. So alpha is constant, so minus beta, so which is less than equal to 0. Now your price elasticity is dQ by dP, right, divided by Q by P. Now here dQ by dP equals to minus beta, so put that value of dQ by dP as minus beta, so you will get price elasticity is minus beta P by Q, which is obviously less than 0. So we can rewrite it as a Q by beta equals to minus P divided by price elasticity. So price elasticity of demand is always negative. Price elasticity of demand is always negative. Now, total revenue and average revenue. So total revenue is the total sale in terms of rupees per year. So P is a price and Q is total sale. So total sale into price is known as your total revenue, right? Total sale into price in terms of rupees per year is known as a total revenue. What is average revenue? Total revenue divided by quantity demanded is known as the average revenue. Total revenue divided by quantity demanded is known as average revenue. Now from total revenue, you can calculate value of P. So if total revenue equals to price into total sale, then your P equals to TR divided by Q. TR divided by Q. And again your average revenue is also total revenue divided by quantity demanded, so which is equal to P. So your average revenue is equals to your total price. Average revenue is equals to your total price. Now, relationship between total revenue, average revenue, and there is one more concept, marginal revenue. Whenever we are going to differentiate total revenue with respect to quantity, then that becomes your marginal revenue. So first of all, let's see what they have written about total revenue. So we have seen total revenue is total quantity sold into price in terms of rupees per year. So TR equals to P into Q, right? Which is equals to P equals to, now in this case, from this Q equals to the equation of demand is second line, Q equals to alpha minus beta P. From this expression, we can calculate value of P. So value of P is alpha divided by beta minus 1 by beta Q into total Q, right? So which is equal to alpha divided by beta into Q, multiply that Q inside the bracket. So alpha divided by beta into Q minus 1 upon beta into Q square. This is your total revenue. Now marginal revenue is first differentiation of total revenue. So when you differentiate this total revenue with respect to Q, you will get alpha divided by beta minus 2 divided by beta into q, which is we can rewrite as alpha divided by beta minus 1 by beta q minus 1 by beta into q. So again, alpha divided by beta minus 1 by beta into q is known as P. We can calculate this from equation of demand curve. So it will be P minus q divided by beta, which is equal to P plus 1 upon price elasticity. If you check the equation of price elasticity, that is q by beta equals to minus P divided by epsilon P. So you will get it how they have calculated it. It's just a simplification. You can pause the video and check the mathematical expressions. Now average revenue equals to, as you know, total revenue divided by quantity demanded, which is equal to PQ divided by Q, that is equal to price. Now marginal revenue is, in this case, see the second line, marginal revenue is P into 1 plus 1 divided by epsilon P, that is price elasticity. Now P is what? Average revenue. So marginal revenue equals to average revenue into 1 plus 1 divided by epsilon P. So price elasticity being always negative, marginal revenue is always less than average revenue. So in every case your marginal revenue is always less than average revenue. Now elastic and inelastic demand. So there are three cases. First is case of unit elastic demand. Whenever your price elasticity is 1, your marginal revenue will always be 0 and your total revenue will not change when your price changes. Whenever your price elasticity is 1, your marginal revenue will be 0 and though your price changes, your total revenue won't change. This is known as a case of unit elastic demand. Then inelastic demand. So whenever your price elasticity is less than 1, then your marginal revenue will be always less than 0 and your total revenue will fall. And elastic demand, whenever your price elasticity is greater than 1, your marginal revenue will be greater than 0 and your total revenue will rise. So these are the limiting cases. First is perfectly inelastic demand. In this case, the price changes but demand doesn't change, demand is constant. In perfectly elastic demand, your price is constant but demand changes. And the third is unit elastic demand, that is as your price falls, your demand also changes, or whenever there is a change in price, there is change in demand. So I hope you understand it. At every slide, wherever there are mathematical expressions, pause the video and check the mathematical expressions. If you have any query, you can post it in Classroom. Thank you so much.